Recently, there was a plea in the Supreme Court moved by a petitioner asking for complete waiver of interest payable on all loans for 6 months. The Supreme Court, in its wisdom, issued notices to all and sundry who were involved. Let's take a look at what happened. Welcome back to Be Rich. The Supreme Court claims that it has no time and is pressed for time to deliver justice. It would be in the interest of public if the Supreme Court does not entertain such nonsensical petitions asking for waiver of interest from all loans. If any waiver of interest has to be given, it has to be funded from tax revenues. The government is not even willing to pay small amounts of money to people in the bottom of the pyramid, let alone it giving a waiver on all consumer loans. In spite of the knowing this, the Supreme Court in its affidavit said the interest waiver for 6 months would cost 2 trillion rupees and banks can ill afford to take it. 2 trillion rupees is 2 lakh crore rupees. If 2 lakh crore rupees have to be waived off, then the government of India has to pay that kind of money. Government of India is unable to give direct transfers to the poorest to the poor. Most of the people who have taken consumer loans are middle class and upper middle class and do not deserve this interest waiver. At best, they need a moratorium. Instead of dismissing the petition, they sent notices to RBI. RBI correctly replied, saying that then the Supreme Court would have to rule that depositors will not get interest. Millions of people have deposited money with banks in the hope they get meager interest. These interest rates have been coming down for a long period of time. 5 years ago, State Bank of India was paying 8% on a 5-year deposit, and today it is paying 5.2% on a 5-year deposit. This is a big difference in income. This will mean a 15 to 20,000 rupee loss over the next 5 years. If at such low interest, if depositors are not paid their interest, the confidence in the bank will disappear and people will not deposit money in the bank and there could be well run in the bank. Thus, the Reserve Bank has correctly told the Supreme Court it is simply impossible for them to order banks to give an interest waiver. The Reserve Bank has left this unsaid, but the truth is that if anybody can give a waiver, the waiver has to come from the central government by paying from its tax receipts. There is another important development in the investment phase in the Gujarat High Court. The Gujarat High Court, after the Madras High Court, has stayed the decision of Franklin Templeton AMC to take votes on whether those 6 schemes should be shuttered, closed, and the assets liquidated. Franklin Templeton was in gross violation of all SEBI guidelines. The most honorable thing for Franklin Templeton is to take a $3 billion hit on their global balance sheet and make good the losses. The fact remains that the Franklin Templeton local management and their supervisory people in the United States completely failed to oversee the fund manager, who did not follow the norms of investing as stated in the objectives of the fund during the NFO. How is it possible that short-term funds were deployed in long-term liabilities? This is absolutely ridiculous, and there has to be a criminal proceeding against Franklin Templeton for betraying the interests of their unit holders. And this must be made as an example for other mutual fund asset companies. If SEBI and the courts allow Franklin Templeton to get away with this, then future fund managers will be tempted to repeat the same thing. Thank you for watching Be Rich. If you like the content of this video, hit the like button and turn on the bell notification. There's a WhatsApp number given below. If you want to buy my books, please send your message there and my team would get back to you. At the very end, if you like to contact me, please send a mail to berichenglish@gmail.com.